Blindspot Episode 3, 8 Slim Grins. Now, I think the big thing about this episode, there were two really big things that happened in this episode. One, the guy who I think we all thought was fairly important completely gets killed off in the beginning of this episode. He broke into Jane's house, and they have a cool little fight scene. He knocked like one of her teeth out, I believe, which was kind of crazy to me. And then they're talking, it's like, don't trust them, and we don't really know who them is. It's either the FBI, which it easily could be, but I don't think that's the case, or it's some organization that we haven't seen. It's whoever took Jane when she was young Taylor Shaw, and possibly this other guy. I mean, they killed him off, so maybe they were both taking his kids. Like, I don't know now, because I thought for sure he was like the mastermind behind all this stuff. He was in the first episode where he killed the guy at the end of the episode, where I was like, alright, you said that you would trade your life for your sister's life. And then he kills him and walks out like a ninja. And then he's like in the background looking at Jane and basically just spotting her and following her around. And then he gets killed off after breaking into the house. So now it really changes that dynamic, because I thought he was the one who was really important. And now not so much, because he's been killed off by somebody. Somebody, I guess, in this secret organization. That's all I can assume it is. It's them. And I'm pretty sure it's not the FBI. But at the same time, it could be, because in this episode, I guess this is the third thing we find out, is that this case file that we saw in the first episode is actually very important, because it's something really, really bad. It's something, most likely, I'm assuming, illegal, and just absolutely immoral. It's just something really, really bad. And so we have this secret operation that took place where only 3 people knew about it, one of which died. So we have our chief, I guess she's the chief, the FBI. And then we have this random guy who's introduced in this episode. They're supposed to be the only 2 that know about it. So this, third party that we haven't really seen knows about this secret operation that took place. And he wants to take Jane out because he thinks that if she knows anything, they're screwed. Like, this is something that if it gets out, it could get them killed, and change a lot of stuff, apparently, because it's just one of those types of operations. So he wants to take Jane out, and then it's like, well, she's not the one I'm worried about. It's more whoever had this information to begin with. And I'm assuming the third person died a long time ago. So it's not like, oh, they just died recently and they could have been the one to do it. This is someone that probably died during the operation, in all honesty. So we have these people that know about, obviously, a completely redacted operation that took place where the only words in there are like murder, and that's it. So this is a very serious issue now that's been introduced. And it was very cool to find that out, where that's what the case file was about. It's like this insanely top secret operation, which was obvious from all the redacted info, but it seems like it's something that's not exactly good either. Normally it's like, okay, well, they may or may not have had to kill this certain person and save a bunch of people, but this seems like they just did something wrong and just covered it up, and that's pretty much it. So if they get busted, it'll change a lot for the worse. So I love that. I'm excited to see how that stuff plays out and gets expanded upon in future episodes. Jane actually being Taylor Shaw, not too surprising. I was glad to see that, that was the case, because I didn't want it to kind of drag on and then it was somehow someone else. But that probably would have just led to another mystery. But fortunately, Jane is actually Taylor Shaw, so that is 100% official. Not sure how things are going to play, because I know, and I mentioned this before, as soon as they introduce the idea that Jane could be Taylor Shaw, he's going to have to take her back to his hometown and be like, hey, entire, city, my dad didn't kidnap this girl, and plus his father's dying of cancer, I believe, so they're going to have that episode. Like, I don't know how soon it's going to be. It could be the next episode, because they do, in the trailer at least, they focus on flashbacks and, well, they're trying to actually remember the night that Taylor disappeared, and trying to have her remember as well what happened when she was taken. So I'm not sure if it's going to really be the next episode. It could just be through flashbacks, but I'm waiting for that one because I don't know how it's going to play out. I mean, we don't even know the father character and just how things are really happening in his hometown, in Weller's hometown. But it would mean something. I mean, obviously, if there's this guy that everyone thinks kidnapped this little girl, it's obviously going to be a big scene, even if we don't know any of the characters, because this entire city thinks that this one guy kidnapped a little girl, like, I think 25 years ago. So I'm waiting for that one. I don't know why I'm so curious to see that, because it's going to have nothing to do with, like, the overall mystery. But I just feel like that's going to be a good scene when it ends up happening. So I'm looking forward to that. It was cool to see that Jane actually is getting inducted into the team. Like, even like they went through, and of course, we have Weller who is admittedly too close to the case, especially after he thought that she might be Taylor Shaw. And then we have his other two partners, so it's almost like a full spectrum. It's like Weller, it's the woman in the middle, because it's like, she agrees with it, and she's basically on the same side as Weller. And then we have the other guy, of course I don't remember their names, but he was the one who was just like, it's just too weird, it's too risky. And so even in the end, he agreed that she should be put on the team as long as she got the training. So that was actually really cool to see. She's going to officially be a part of the team. And as they go through getting more answers, she's going to be going along helping. It won't be, the on-the-fly stuff like Weller said, because sometimes it's like, all right, come on. And then if she almost got hurt, or someone like broke into the house, it's like, it's too dangerous, so you got to stay here. And then it's just back and forth, and she didn't listen to that, of course. That led to certain other issues. So it'll be cool to see them officially work as a team. It just also means more action, because we're gonna get to see Jane go in, or I guess Taylor, like, I don't know, I'm gonna probably be switching back and forth between the names, but we're gonna get to see her officially go in and just fight whoever, and probably just do a bunch of martial arts stuff, which I love, so I'm excited for that. But I think this was a really fun episode. It was nice to get that official, you know, confirmation at the end, like, you are officially Taylor Shaw. We have the introduction of the secret operation. We have a character who was seemingly really important get killed off already, so that was very surprising to me. And then the case in general was actually pretty awesome. Like, these people who were like ex-military and ex, like, forces, special forces, they go in and it's like, all right, well, they were all honorably discharged, and then they decide, well, we should just rob banks and stuff. And then opening robbery was very surprising to me when the guy got shot, and he turned around and just blew the other guy away. Like, he killed him with the shotgun and just, like, blew his face off. So that was kind of crazy. I did not expect that. But it was pretty cool. It was like they went in. It was, high profile robbery. We find out that I believe they're called, like, the Rainbow Crew or something like that. And they've been doing heists for like 2 years all over the world, just stealing, like, tons and tons of jewelry, getting a bunch of money in and out in like 60 seconds, and just doing it, like, being unbelievably professional about it. And then we had the ending shootout, or I guess not a shootout, but like shootout slash fight scene at the end of the episode. All of that stuff was crazy too. They have all this high tech gear. They basically do like an EMP on one level of the hospital. I thought they took out the whole hospital, and then they go down like one floor, and it's like, nope, everything's fine. Like, people didn't even know for like the first 15 minutes or something until they started shooting up the place. But they shut down like one specific floor, and that was really cool. I was like, man, this is insanely high tech, because I thought it was like, oh, they just shut down the whole hospital. And then we find out it's like, no, they just shut down this one floor. They used the phone jammer so no one could call out, and they cut the lines that they probably had to do for the whole hospital. But it was really cool. I thought that was actually really awesome. It was a nice, scenes with both Weller and Jane. Jane fights a dude, and she like stabs that guy in the neck, which I didn't expect. I thought they would have a bit of a longer fight scene, but she took that guy down, and just, he's gone. Weller took down, I think, like, maybe 2 or 3 people himself, and then I know Jane took out like another guy because she helped Weller. But that was really cool. It was a nice scene. I love the part when the guy was trying to get his brother out of the hospital, and he had the doctor with him, But he saw the other agents and he was like, "Oh, we're going, like, go back, go back." And the doctor is just like, "Nope," and he just walked away from him. I thought that was really funny. He was like, "I'm safe here," and he just kind of backed away, like, "I'm freaking out. I'm gonna leave." I thought that just looked really funny because he knew he was safe because there were so many people around, and he just like backed away slowly. And the guy was like, "Just like don't leave me." Like, what the heck? So I kind of thought that was funny. It wasn't meant to be funny, but it was funny to me. I just like that scene. But love this episode. It was pretty cool. Adds a whole new two new mysteries, I guess. I doubt it was the FBI killing the guy in the beginning of the episode, but it definitely could have been. Like, I don't know. I don't know why it would be because only two people were supposed to know about that operation. So I don't know. Like, it was just interesting. So once again, the mysteries are building up. One mystery was answered. Why is Waller's name on Jane? And it's because she is Taylor Shaw. So whoever these people are, they obviously they're working. They did the whole tattoo stuff to help, even though they could easily have just been like, "Hey, government, this is happening or that's happening, or here's Taylor Shaw." So there's information that they have, but instead of just putting it out there, they did it through all these tattoos and clues, and it's just like, why? So that's of course the big mystery. I don't know if there's a third organization. I'm assuming there is now that they killed off the one guy. I thought it was like the two of them, and maybe I figured there had to be other people as well. It wasn't just them. But now that he's actually been killed off, it really changes it. They were training in the woods, and that's really the only flashbacks we have of those two characters together. And the scene when he actually knocks Jane out after she gets all the tattoos from episode 1. So there's like a new organization and all this other craziness, but I'm loving this series so far. Of course, I want to know what you guys thought about this episode, so please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, your least favorite parts. And now that they've killed off a character that I definitely thought was important, I want to know who you guys think is involved. Is it going to be someone within the government, or is it just a brand new organization now that we don't even know about, we haven't seen? Because I feel like that's what it is, because we have the scene at the end of the episode where it's two people. They're the only ones that know about it outside of whoever put all the tattoos on Jane. So I would assume that it was this third party that we don't know about. Or I guess technically second party because it's still all the FBI. It's just secret stuff in the FBI. But I think it's this other organization. Whoever took Jane when she was still young, Taylor Shaw, possibly took this other guy. And we also get we get a hint at the end, Orion. Who knows what the heck that's going to end up being. I doubt it's the production company that we see on TV or the Constellation. But as it was said, it could be anything. But who knows? Like, there's a third party. Maybe it is someone that's still within the FBI that did it secretly and put all these tattoos there for some reason. I don't know. But I want to know what you guys think. So please comment below. Let me know. And thanks for watching.